Something really strange happened yesterday because suddenly there were tons of announcements about Pokemon community ambassadors. So what's going on here? We've got one with Spraggles. I became something called a Pokemon community ambassador, and the hope is I can provide feedback to the devs and Pokemon teams on the games we all love and play, Unite, Pocket, and more. I'll be sure to pass along feedback from my streams, Discord, and Twitter whenever I can, and hopefully make the player experience better. I plan to share any cool information I get with everyone I can. Yeehaw, see you at the North American International Championship. And then just more of these. Extremely excited to announce I'm an official Pokemon Community Ambassador, working with TPCI to surface feedback, community insights, and raise concerns, and make the space better for everyone, even Poke-Emmy. So it's also one of those announcement rollouts you see where everyone kind of says the same thing. Be working with Pokemon Company International for feedback and insight from the community on TCG and Trading Card Game Live. So, it also doesn't seem like VGC is involved. Now, VGC is also a lot trickier because there's a clear conflict of interest. I mean, it's already proven that the Pokemon Company International and Play Pokemon is corrupt with the preferential treatment they give Wolf Glick by allowing him to cheat and then still be eligible for prize money and stuff, but also the non-stop features that they give Wolf Glick, so it's not like he can become a community ambassador. Poketubers like Shofu are too brand unfriendly, and every time they reach out it backfires, like when they gave Austin John early access to Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and then he ended up doing a hack randomizer and also owns a hack Nintendo Switch and 3DS. So the Pokemon Company has been really bad at finding community ambassadors or anyone to work with. Even Nintendo ambassadors, we have Abdallah Smash shoving his wife on stream and then getting divorced shortly after. And someone honest that isn't a bad actor like me is not brand friendly either because I speak the truth too much and I'm too real. Oh yeah, and wasn't there a Pokemon Go partner that used that popularity to launch an OnlyFans? So after that, the only people left are the toxic positivity types that are completely fake and will do anything for their little Pokemon Company goodie bag, like Mystic 7. Remember Pokemon Go Fest 2017, the first one where it was a complete disaster? No one could play the game because Niantic didn't pay enough for cell service. You can hear everyone complaining and yelling fix the game on the stream, Mystic 7 doing interviews and just finding other fake people for the interviews. This one guy was like, yeah, it was a good day, pretty successful, and then you can hear him getting booed because it's a lie. And there was no one left to say anything positive about Pokemon Go Fest because it was completely broken, to where Mystic 7 had to interview his cousin. So when I think Pokemon Community Ambassador, that's really all I can think is that's just going to be the most fake of people that aren't going to do anything good for the community because they can't be real enough so they can stay on the Pokemon Company's good side. And I have no faith in anyone involved because the Pokemon community is just a toxic cesspool. The influencers pander to that toxic cesspool for money, and the Pokemon Company International is corrupt and doesn't care about any of their fans or ever doing the right thing. And I also doubt the influence of the Pokemon Community Ambassador program, because you see someone like Spraggles getting signed, and it's like, okay, yeah, this actually might be like big hitters. But again, you can't do too much on the VGC side. There is no one trustworthy in just the Pokemon game side. Shady Penguin had to leave because he couldn't put away his ROM hacks, and Nappy was grooming people the entire time. So even though it's like, oh, who are the most popular people that are worth working with? Well, we can't have any of those. Pokemon Challenges is all hacking. Blissey is all lying and cheating. Pokeaim promotes Pokemon Showdown over Pokemon, so that would be really bad for the brand. Why isn't Pokemon Showdown shut down yet? That's like the first thing that needed to happen with the announcement of Pokemon Champions. That way you force people into playing the game before it's released and stuff. And then, alright, what about influence? 72 followers. So it's like, okay, is this actually just like a professor program where some dude that's just like been to a lot of tournaments or hosted a couple of tournaments locally? And then that also might be more why it's like the Pokemon TCG side or the Pokemon Unite side, that if like, oh, I'm the Discord moderator for the Pokemon Unite Championship Series, I'm now an ambassador even though I have 72 followers. Esports TO sometimes, former top Mythic Raider, 376 followers, 300 views on the post. But then it's like, okay, we have tournament organizers. Are they ever going to relay any information about the proven cheating of Wolf Glick and every top player in Pokemon VGC so we can have a proper community of integrity? I doubt it, because we haven't seen anything before. And then, yeah, it does seem more mobile. Pokemon Unite community, happy to announce I'm part of the Pokemon Community Ambassador program. So, like, is this even Pokemon community? And once again, I don't even trust anyone in the Pokemon community not have, like, toxic or deranged takes, because they're all Wolfie VGC fans. The Pokemon Ambassador thing is amazing when you realize how bad the Pokemon Company International as a company can be at getting information to them from the player base and filtering some of it, so just having people in the scene and in the know of the game community itself can relay info and fixes instantly. Is this actually just about balancing and patching, which also hasn't really been an issue? Like, Sylveon was busted. Apparently, like, the new item for the scoring got fixed in a day on Pokemon Unite. Lucario one-shot bug was found and fixed. I mean, like, Unite balance and patching has been pretty good. It's never been a problem getting issues to the Pokemon Company. It's just if the devs want to ever fix it, or they just take half a year to fix Buddy Barrier and score shield stacking. And if you only make the most sycophantic and obedient people ambassadors, that's not really going to change much, and it's also only going to create one type of feedback. And we've already seen other people like, okay, Spriggles became top content creator for Pokemon Unite, and then was able to get hired by the Pokemon Company, but we've already seen that with, like, Justin Flynn and Shady Penguin and stuff, and that never did anything. We have lines to the Pokemon Company that never get resolved. Joe Merrick, now working with the Pokemon Company regularly, getting care packages, getting TCG product. I don't know if he got the entire trip to Pokemon Worlds, but he definitely got special access, and also now he's getting those previews and early reviews for new Pokemon content, Nintendo Switch 2 version of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. However, he didn't announce that he's an ambassador, so there's also always been people that work with the Pokemon Company. I mean, Wolf Glick getting special features and special privilege and attention from the Pokemon Company. There was also, like, a lot of press that got early access to the Pokemon Center at Pokemon Worlds 2024, which created a lot of problems because there were tons of complaints like, oh, press actually just got most of the inventory and then there was nothing left for the actual competitors and fans at Pokemon Worlds. But it shows that there's always been a line to the Pokemon Company. The problem is, none of these influencers or ambassadors have ever had any integrity to do right by the Pokemon community to show the issues to the Pokemon Company. Apparently, they'll just give Pokemon Go Fest content creator badges to anyone with 500 followers. So that's like another weird thing. And then I see this, where it's like 182 views, 312 followers. Are they just giving it to anyone, or are some people actually making fake ambassador posts just because, like, it's kind of funny? Or does that mean that every large Pokemon content creator is a bad actor, so the Pokemon Company doesn't want to work with them since all they do is just hack and cheat the games, even with the special privilege of early access? Or is this just an expansion of the Pokemon Go ambassador program that has apparently been going on for a while? First community day as an ambassador for Pokemon Go, and their community days? So is that actually it? That's just kind of like the professor program for the mobile games? I think that might be it, and anyone can become a professor, especially because you need so many, like, tournament organizers for the local cups and premiere events and stuff. So that gives me even less faith in the actual power of this ambassador program if it's not going to be influencers except for Spriggles, who's effectively just the Shady Penguin of now, I guess. And then it's kind of like the professor program for influencers, I guess. And then we don't really have anyone else to stand up for what's right in the Pokemon community. And the deeper I go, the more this seems like it's been brewing for a couple of months. Second community day meetup as a Pokemon Go community ambassador. So just kind of like giving a little badge and a little bit of extra stuff to the people that go for the Pokemon community event organization. Kind of like how Pokemon professors that host at the local card shop get their little gift box and their special little stuff at the end of the year. Yeah, I think I even saw that, you know, Pokemon professor program. You get your cool jacket, makes it all worth it. Get your special gym badges and your little sash. So like, yeah, it's fun, but this actually doesn't seem like anything special, even though I was like, oh, Spriggles got it, cool. Maybe we can see, like, the Pokemon company's caring. I don't see any care here. I don't think there's any point. They're just encouraging small event hosts by giving them, like, a small, tiny amount of attention that I don't even think relays from their communities into influencing in the Pokemon company and stuff. But there we go. Weird. Extra weird that they don't reach out to influencers and other people that want to make the Pokemon community better, but that's just how it is, I guess. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.